It's that time. We're back with more of the wonderful global nuggets on news you can use. We are so delighted to have a global phenomenon on the show with us today. She is none other than all the way from Australia. She is in her zone of genius. Right here, Dr. Lotus Richey and Pastor Hillary Gooden giving you news that you can use. Come on, go ahead. Tag a friend, tell them to come on in and get the news. Woo! It is Friday, and we have got some zesty, sizzling sauce for you today, right here on News You Can Use with Dr. Lotus Richey and the remarkable Pastor Hillary Gooden. We have the amazing pleasure to have a young lady here all the way from Australia that is going to just blow your socks off. Why? Because she is one of the queens of leadership, leading the way all around the planet, helping people just like you and me be the best we can be when it comes to leadership. Now, you know what I'm about to say. Go ahead, get your notepad, get your pen, get your eyebrow pencil if you have to take these note nuggets and note nuggets, because at the end of the day, you want to hear what Medio has to say. So come on in and tag a friend and get this news that you can use. And look, before I even go and get the co-host, Pastor, the queen of the lymphatic bounce, Hillary Gooden, I think it's only right and only fair to give you 30 seconds to show and share that you care. Share this broadcast, tag somebody, start a watch party, but don't forget, run and tell somebody that we have got more news you can use. So I'm going to give you, your friends, and your foes, because who knows, 30 more seconds to share this broadcast before I go backstage and get Pastor Hillary Gooden. Tag, you're it. We've got 25 seconds to come on in to news you can use. We've got one of the queens of leadership all the way from Australia. That's right, Medio the engineering hour phenomenon. Come on in and get in where you fit in. I bring in my co-host, Dr. Hillary. Ho, 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 woo!
Hey. Hello,
hey,
everybody.
Dr. Hillary, how are you? You know what? We did this last week. We got on the same shirt. We both have our pearls. And guess what, y'all? We did not, this is not scripted. We did not script this. Amazing. So, hey, Dr. Hill, how are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. How the world are you today?
If I was any better, it would be two of me telling two of you that Medio is on the show. She is one of the queens of leadership to me. So I'm so happy to have her here. And I hope all of our viewers come on in and share and tag and like. But what else should they do when they come in, Dr. Hillary?
Well, we want to make sure that you let us know where you're coming in from. So say a quick hello, put your city and state in there, rep your city, so we can shout you out as well.
Yes. I love it. All right. So now that I'm back in the view, we have news that you can use. I'd like to tell folks a little bit about our amazing guest. Miss Medio is a leader. She's a leader in the field of leadership. She has an organization called Medio Global Leadership, where she's teaching people all over the world how to embrace and become better leaders than they already are. She has a show called the Greatness Engineering Show or Greatness Engineering Hour that she's been doing for quite some time. And I've had the pleasure to be on her show. And so tonight we get the amazing pleasure to have this amazing speaker, trainer, author, trailblazer, and show host right here today. So, with no further ado, I'm going to bring to you the amazing, dynamic, magnificent Mede Tulakima. Please welcome our guest. Woo woo!
Hey, welcome. Welcome.
Whoa, such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm really excited to share with your audience. It's just amazing.
Awesome, awesome. So we've introduced you in the little bit of space that we had. But if we really told everything, we'd be here till next year this time. But we want you, if you would, we want you, if you would, tell our listening audience a bit more about who you are and how you continue to blaze trails all around the world to change the frequency on the planet.
Yeah, it's like you said. I mean, if I start to talk about everything, we'll be here until tomorrow. So for those who don't know me, I'm Mireille Tulekima. I'm based in Perth in Australia. But I can tell you I've worked, all over the world. And when people ask me, where are you from? I'm like, okay, I'm originally from Africa, but I'm a citizen of the world. So that's what I am. I'm really a citizen of the world. So I was born in West Africa in a country called Gabon. And we are, my first language is actually French because that's the language that we speak in Gabon. And so I left Gabon to study in France. At a young age, I was 14, so I went boarding, and so since then I've not stopped, traveling, and come up with my work that I do. I have a background in engineering, so nothing to do with communication of anything, but I'm the kind of person who always challenge herself. It's not about having the degree, it's about growing, it's about making sure that I'm learning on the way wherever I am. So that's been my journey. I've learned through my journey. I've starting from being an engineer in the oil and gas and energy sector to being a global leader, like you say. Going to talk about global leadership today, but it came up with failure, obviously, but having a vision that I wanted to follow, and a passion for leadership as well, and a passion to make sure that people understand that they already have this greatness that they're looking for. It's just a matter of being conscious of it and unleashing it, to the world, so that they can also contribute their craft or whatever they have, whatever gift they have to the world, and help other people to discover their own gift and step into their greatness. And that's how, I started the Miracle Global Leadership, which is based on what I always call, and you probably know it a lot, is the greatness engineering philosophy. And from that, I started the Greatness Engineering show, where I bring people share their knowledge or share their story to inspire other people to learn from their mistake, to learn from what they've done well, and so that they can go to the next level of their greatness and become the best version of themselves. So it's not about comparing themselves to anybody, it's about them growing and becoming the best version, because we know we are all unique, and that's the most important thing that we need to remember. So that's in a nutshell who I am. I have I work in different capacity. I teach, I educate, I continue to consult in the oil and gas industry, but I spend a lot of time really, pushing leadership especially helping women in those male-dominated environments to step into their own greatness and really, make it really big instead of just, being, there for the numbers. So that's really who I am in a nutshell.
Whew! So we want to give a shout out to Gabon, West Africa, where you were born, because wow, they have shared with us a wonderful spiritual being having a human experience. And thank you to your mom and dad, to your husband and your children for letting you take the time space to be here with us. And we want to thank Australia too, because you live in Australia, but you're here right in the US of A and global, because there are people all around the world that's watching this broadcast. And so, wow. Did she come in and drop the mic, or did she come in and drop the mic? I dare say yes. What you say, Hill? Awesome.
I was just thinking, she said that's it in a nutshell. And I was thinking, that's a big nutshell.
Yes, ma'am.
That's no ordinary nut. That's a big nutshell.
Yes, ma'am. And here's the thing: the best is still yet to come, because you're
best
always
is still yet to come, because I keep growing.
Yes, I love it. And that was a mic drop. So as we get started, we're going to put her in the hot seat, everybody. So as we get ready to put her in the hot seat, before we do that, we're going to hear a word from one of our sponsors. Then because this is going to give you time to go ahead and tag your friends. It's going to give us time to go ahead and tag. So, because we know how to do it, and we're going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and tag. But while we're tagging, while we're sharing, go ahead and tag your friends and tell them to come on in. And we've got about a little over 30 seconds to do it. Be right back.
Hi, busy women leaders. I'm talking to you. Are you juggling your family, your business, your career, and your health? Afraid that if just one ball drops to the ground, everything could fall apart because everybody's looking at you. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're looking for answers, for help that's real help, for solutions. I have Vibrant Life Solutions that can help you. I am Hillary Gooden, the Vibrant Life Coach, author, speaker, lymphologist, and pastor. I empower busy women leaders with strategies to reduce stress and anxiety while increasing energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, and vitality. Oh yeah, and boost your immunity. If you're ready for that, you say, I need that in my life right now. Let's connect. You can reach me at www.hillarygooden.com. You can direct message me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Hillary Gooden. Or else, if you would like to get on a free 20-minute strategy call, a clarity call, go to bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. That's bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body, help you live a more vibrant life.
All right. She absolutely believes that you can help yourself. So Sean Siegel from Ohio, great to see you. Angela Elton is here from DC. She says matching beauties. Yes, we are. Thank you so much. And so we're gonna get right into it. And Ange said earlier that is a mic drop, and yes, it is. So keep sharing this broadcast. But we are about to get hot on the box and ask the first sizzling question of the night. And Hill is going to put her in the hot seat. Hill?
All right. So, Moray, this is the first one. What inspired you to come to the show this evening to discuss this powerful topic?
So like, like I was saying in my intro, I'm all about making sure that people become the best version of themselves, and it's important for them to. It's important, the first thing, for me to share my story and to share my knowledge, because that's the way that I can give them some tools and some inspiration as well, so that they understand that, it, especially if they are challenged, that it can be done. Yes, it's not easy, but listening to my story, listening to what I have to share, it gives them, the confidence that they can make it. And I also wanted to be on stage with my sister, Lotus. It's been a while, like, I was saying, it's been more than a year now, more than a
Yes.
year that we've not been on stage together. And that's also what I really wanted to, have this energy and share and interact. And because there's always, something to learn on this show. There's always so many things that you guys are talking about, and it's important that I fit into it, and also, drop my mic as well here, and share, all the knowledge and all the experience that I have, this global experience that I've been, privileged to have.
Yeah,
Awesome.
love it.
You can tell you can tell she knows what to do. Look,
Yeah.
I say take notes. Note takers are money makers, and note takers are change makers, but you'll never make any changes if you don't have the notes to go back to implement them and put them in action. Because here's something that I know. Mede, you have been in some of the most dynamic rooms with some of the most impressive and influential people on the planet when it comes to business, when it comes to oil and energy, when it comes to leadership. So we are humbled and thankful to have you here. I always love to share a stage with you because I always learn something. So don't get it twisted, y'all. I'm taking notes. So so you should take notes too, because she got some golden nuggets. So I'm gonna put you back. I'm gonna keep you in the hot seat. Wow, Phil, what'd you think? I mean, she wasn't even. She's not
You
even
know,
sweating.
I
What's going
don't
on?
I don't know if you heard what she said, but she said I came on here so I could drop my mic here, meaning she's been dropping her mic everywhere she goes.
Yes,
This is
yes.
another
And you know
way to
what?
drop the
It's
mic
awesome
again.
for her to
I
drop her
love it.
mic here on News
Yeah,
You Could Use, right?
yeah,
And what a powerful mic it is. So,
yeah.
what is a global leader in your opinion?
So it's, leadership is defined, by different things, and like you said, I like in your opinion, because people have different notion of leadership. But for me, leadership starts with being able to lead yourself first. So that's the first thing that I think it's important. So being able to lead yourself and have a vision that will, make sure that people follow you as well. So it's important as a leader, especially as a global leader, that you understand be cultural intelligent, to be emotionally intelligent, and also understand how you come across. So it starts with you, and understanding, who you are, how you come across, what are the strengths that you have, and then understand how you come across when you interact with other people. So it's really a two-way relationship, starting first with you, and then, when you have this clarity about yourself, then you can become a leader and lead people, and have, them to buy into your vision and the mission that you have willingly, not, something that you force on them, not something that you're gonna tell them to do. They're gonna come, willingly, and follow you, and you all gonna create, be able to create something positive for everybody, for the community, for yourself, for them. Everybody wins in a leadership, in a good leadership environment.
Awesome. So,
Mireille, I would like to know
Mhm.
how many mics do you have to drop tonight? because there you go again. It's early in the, you know what it is? It's early in the morning where you are. You've just
Yes.
woken up, you're awake, you're ready.
I'm
Got a bag
ready,
full of
and
money.
I know, as I tell people, we are unlimited. So I don't know how many mic I'm gonna drop. I'm just gonna drop as many as I can today. That's
I love it.
I love it. I love it. She gonna drop as many mics as she can drop. And look,
That's
y'all,
right.
she not dropping no cheap mics.
That's
She
right.
dropping some well seasoned, um, just well, some robust mics. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
Mhm.
again, where she was born, Gabon. I
You know,
I know you're
they used
proud. Australia, I know you're proud. So
they used to say in these social media streets, are you picking up what she's putting down? Come
hello.
on now.
Are you picking
Mhm.
up what she's putting down? And for those of you that's just joining us, we want to welcome you to the show because every day in every way, whenever we come on, we always bring amazing leaders in their own right. And tonight, just in case you're just
Mhm.
now tuning in, and for those of you that's hitting that replay, we have a phenomenal lady here all the way from Australia, the amazing Mireille Tulakima. She's a show host, she's a speaker, she's an author, she's a thought leader. She's a thought leader. If you've not heard that before, I'm saying it today. She's a thought leader and she's a mic dropper. And she's doing what she like and she's dropping all kinds of mics right here on
I
News You Can
love it.
Use. So welcome to the show. We're happy to have you here on the show. And so we're going to put her back in the hot seat because we got another couple of questions for you. So let's talk about why it's important for people to understand global leadership and how it impacts us, because you said some golden nuggets. Okay, she came in with a golden nugget, and she talked about the leadership, and then she came with the nuggets. The nugget for that was like, yo, if you are a leader, not only should you be a great leader, not I didn't say good, I said great, but you also have to be the type of leader where you lead by example, where people follow you, where you're not bending them into submission
Mhm.
at your will. And that's a nugget, but that's a powerful nugget.
Yeah.
And so, why is it so important for us to understand how global leadership works and how it impacts us? Because it really does.
It really does, and especially right now. And I'm going to probably use a big thing that normally scare people is that we are in the fourth industrial revolution right now. So
Yes.
it's impacting everybody. It's impacting everybody. We all connected. Even if you think that you're completely isolated, we all connected right now, and it's important to understand what other people are doing, who they are, what they stand for. And that's really what global leadership is all about, having this intelligence on culture, having this intelligence on what people stand for, and having this intelligence of understanding people values and mission, and why
Yes.
they are who they are, and that's it has an impact. It has a global impact, and even in the business arena now, we do business with people that sometimes we've never met. I mean, I've never actually met you, Lotus, but
Yes.
it looks like I know you for years,
Yeah.
and that's what global leadership is all about. Is that you start interacting with people who are not next to you, who are not in your immediate community, and you get uncomfortable, and global leadership is about you being comfortable.
Yes.
Have to be able to lead even when you're not comfortable. That's the strength of a leader, to understand that yes, I am in this environment, yes, I'm uncomfortable, I don't know everything, but I will continue to lead. I will continue to look, for continue to pursue my purpose, continue to pursue my vision. I'm not going to do it alone. I need other people. Yes, it starts with me. Yes, I have the right attitude, but at the same time, I need to interact with other people. I need to get, this rapport that will help us to go into the same direction. And so we impacted whatever happening here. We've seen it with the pandemic, actually. It started in China and now everybody's affected. So it's the same with everything. I mean, you look at the stock market, it's the same. If something is happening in the US, it's impacting everybody. I see it in the energy sector, where if the oil price is dropping, it's actually affecting everybody in Africa, in the village. So it's an important thing that we need to grasp. We need to understand. We all global leaders now, and whether you like it or not, you are a global leader, and you have to get up, stand up, keep running, and bring people with you, because that's what it's all about. Because if nobody is following you, then I don't know, it's a problem. I don't think it's leadership. So that's definitely something that impacting us every single day.
Awesome. So do you see why she's an award-winning speaker? Do you see why she's an award-winning author? Plain and simple. She came, she's seeing still, and she's dropping the mics. So, Hill, let's put her back in the hot seat.
All right. So here we go. As a global leader, Murray, as a global leader, please share the most important keys to successful leaders.
Mm-hmm. So for me, and I think I didn't say it at the beginning, I kind of got forced to get into, this global leadership in a way, because like I said, I was born in Gabon, and then at a certain point, at an early age, went to France. So when boarding, didn't know, with a family that I didn't know. So I had to and lead myself, understand the dynamic. And that's what I was talking about, understanding the dynamic, understanding other culture, understanding what they stand for, so that you can find your place. So it started at that level where, I have to reflect and understand what are the values that, that are surrounded me, and how can, I can put, a mission and a purpose for me to be able to progress and to grow in that environment. So it started really at a young age. And then a key moment as well in my life is when I lost my dad, which was, I was still studying back then in France, and then I lost my dad. So my whole world just got shattered. I had to go back to Gabon. I had to stop, I had ambition in my, to go and do my master, and because I was doing my bachelor, but I just had to stop and start being a leader and take a big decision to go back and really, enter the market, the job market, so that I could sustain myself. So big decision like that got forced to me, and at the beginning you're shattered. You're like, why is all of this is happening to me? And but you realize that it's actually part of the process for you to show your leadership, to step into this leadership that you already have, that you don't know, and to run with it. And I think that were the roots where, the leadership started. So the first thing that I would say is to look at any adversity that you have and challenge as an opportunity for you to grow and an opportunity for you to break through to another and really clarity on where you want to be and what you want to accomplish, because that's been really my thing, is to not look at what people want for me, is especially as I was entering the oil and gas industry, which was a very male-dominated, white Caucasian, well-dominated environment back then when I started 25 years ago. I had to really be strong in what I wanted. I had to be really strong in my vision, because people start to judge you based on things that they see outside instead of really understanding what you stand for. So you have to be strong in your vision, strong in your mission. And when that happened, and with the persistent, people kind of see that, yes, you are a leader, and they start to trust you, and that's how you start to bring them in. So I think the having this clear mission and living it, whatever is happening around you, is also a key success for a leader. And the next, I think that another key point is being able to have people around you that can support you, because obviously leadership is it's not about you, it's about a community, it's about a group, it's about a mastermind. So having this mastermind, or I always, for me, I call them my board of advisors. They're not, they people don't know them, but I know that I have a board of advisor that I can go to if I have, a problem, financial problem. I know, okay, I can talk to this person. If I have a psychologist, I'm not really well, and it's emotional, I know that I can go to this person, and he will do something for me to help me to, to go over it. So I have those board of director that can really stand by you when you're weak, stand by you when you're challenged, or when you don't see any issue in what you are experiencing. So that's a key one as well. Don't try to do it on your own. Make sure you have people that you can rely on, that are going to help you in the process. And people see me everywhere, and every day they're like, oh, Mira, it's such a great, but it's not just me. I mean, they are, there's a tribe, of people that actually help me also to position myself this way. And they might not get the reward from the outside, but they are there, and I know that I count on them. So I think those are the key thing. And networking as a leader, you have to network. And you have to network, and I talk about it in my book. It's not just one-way networking. It's 360 networking. And when I say 360 networking, is you don't limit yourself to a certain a certain community or a certain group. You look at the whole spectrum, you go around. So it can be networking up, which is networking with people who've accomplished more than you. It can be networking down with people who are actually still, looking for advices, but that you can learn from, because they're not already. They have a different way of seeing things. So it helps you also in that way. We're networking as well laterally, left and right, people who are at the same level but who have a different experience, for example, and who can bring, this experience to you and help you to grow and learn, from them. And so really looking at the full spectrum, networking outside your community, networking outside your race, networking outside your geography, and really have this, and in global leadership, it's key. It's going to help you to really, become a great leader. You look at things from different angles, and then when it comes together, it's just so powerful. So I think those are the key things that has been really a strong aspect in my journey as a global leader.
Wow. What do you have to say, Lotus? Wow.
Dropping. I'm continuing, I'm dropping.
scratching my head. Oh, wow. That is so wonderful. You know, those are the points that you gave are they apply to any type of leadership. You know, whether you're a leader at
Yes.
home, you're a leader in the corporate world, you're a leader in your own business, you know, a volunteer group or community group. It applies to all leadership. You know, it makes sense.
And
Yeah, it's and I think that's the thing that sometimes people think is they just look at leadership as a title. It's not a title. We are all leader wherever we are. You know, we are leader without title, like Robin
yeah,
Sharma said. We are leader without title. We can lead from where we are, whatever
yeah,
situation we are in, and that's the most important thing. So especially
yeah.
in this global world where
Right.
even if you are in a remote area, you are a leader and step into your leadership, start leading.
Yes.
And you know, I want to say this because I remember I was talking to a gentleman, and oftentimes in many of our jobs, especially women of color, sometimes we're passed over, even though we have the same credentials or even more in many cases as our white or our even African American male counterparts. And what I learned, I was working for a job and I was really kind of leading without the title. And I had one of the gentlemen that worked for me. He said, "You know, Miss Roche, you can lead from the back seat of the Cadillac. You don't have to be in the driver's seat behind the wheel." And here's the thing, you can lead from anywhere in a corporation, because whether it's in your corporation, like Miss Hillary was saying, whether it's at home, your church, wherever, if you are a leader, you are a leader and you can lead from anywhere. You can lead from the choir by being a living example for what you do. And so I love how you put that to our viewers. And it's really important to make sure that you're looking at great leaders, not good leaders, great leaders, because great leaders are going to leave golden nuggets that you need to pick up so that you can follow with the right information. In addition to that, not only will they leave golden nuggets, but they will reach out to help you if you reach out to help them.
Yeah.
You understand? What I'm saying is you got to help them help you. You've got to
Exactly.
be able to say, "Hey, I need help. Hey, I don't know," because not knowing is okay, but knowing that you don't know and staying ignorant, and it's okay, that's not acceptable. So I wanted to touch base on something you said earlier, and then I'm going to take a comment. Well, let's do this first. From let's take a comment from our crowd. But first, let's take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to take this question from the crowd. We'll be right back. Health is wealth. And at Rugged Wellness, being healthy and wealthy is when you can live the healthy life that you want to, while sharing a positive energy all around the world. Rugged Wellness advocates to empower people, not just in the experience of life, but also in your finances to enhance your stream of income. So come and be a part of our family that offers a unique opportunity with Rugged Wellness and Naturally Plus USA. All right. Hello, and we see Miss Phyllis coming in from Virginia. Happy to have you here. Please share, share. And I want to go right to this comment. Miss Angela says leaders
Mm-hmm.
have many roles: a coach, a facilitator, a visionary, a change agent, decision maker, influencer, strategist, team player, delegator, listener, etc. So I want to kick the ball around first. I want to go to you first, Hill, and then we're going to come to our guest so she could have her say on that, and then we're going to put her right back in the hot seat with another comment. Hill?
Yeah. That's a great comment because a leader, a leader just naturally will flow into whatever is needed. That's
Right.
what I found.
Mm-hmm.
Into whatever is needed. I remember having an issue with one of my staff, and I was talking to the CEO who's over me, and she said, he's going through a lot of things. He's a good guy. He's young. He's just learning. He's teachable. She said, you need to be like his auntie. I said, his auntie? What does that fall into? But that was that being a listener too, and getting to kind of know him and be human. Sometimes people look at leaders like they're above being approached. And we have to find that balance and still be approachable as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Amen.
that's what I have
I
to
agree.
say.
Yep. Because sometimes
Yeah,
we aren't approachable. People are
it's
afraid. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people are
mm-hmm.
afraid to approach us because
Right,
we don't leave that air of approachability,
right.
right? We don't
True.
leave that open.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great point, Hillary. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that, Mede?
Yeah, it's a great point because as a leader, and I mentioned it before, is leadership is not about you; it's about the people that you lead, and the people that you lead are different. So you need to be in a position
Right.
where you can navigate from one style to another. For some people, you're going to be a facilitator. For some people, you're going to be a coach. For some people, you're going to sit and just listen to what they have to do. And at a certain point, you are making the decision based on all of that. So a leader is really what, she's saying, Angie is saying. It's really about you being adaptable,
Right.
open, because it's about the rapport, how you come across, and that's what's going to bring people to you. That's what's going to bring people to your vision, to the mission, or to the project that you are leading, and that's an important step, and that's why I was saying that it starts actually with you, and then with the different skills that you have, how you match it with the people that you interact with, when you lead. And that's very important, because otherwise it's if you're just a static one style leader, it's kind of difficult, especially now. People are just so
Yeah.
different. Just at the gender issue, I mean, if you're leading men and women, you don't lead them the same way. You have to understand, what's really resonate with them, or race point, you really have to understand how to come across, how to communicate to them so that they can go to the same direction. Because if you don't have the right communication, it's not gonna, it's not gonna match, and you can forget about leading them. So that's a very,
Exactly.
very strong
True.
statement. Yeah.
Right. And so
Yeah.
you kind of touched on don't be a static leader. So break that down
Mhm.
for our viewers, what you mean when you say that.
So what I mean when I say that is, we've seen people who are so-called leader. They have their own view of things. They have their own way of doing things, and they want to force it to people. And they don't
Right.
they don't actually grow. They just stay the same. But in leadership, you grow because, like you said, you're not always right. And as a
Exactly.
leader, you have to tell people when you're not right. I mean, that's part of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell people when it's not, you don't have the skills and that's what leadership is all about, because you don't have the skill, but you're appealing, or you are asking people who have the skill to come and close this gap. So it's not bad. It's just, you communicating and letting people know that, I'm not there yet, I need help. Or if you have the skills, really, share these skills and help people in your group, or the people that are following you, share this knowledge that you have, so that they can also grow as well. So it's a dynamic process. Leadership is really a dynamic process. You grow in your leadership, and if you don't grow, if you stay static, there is a problem.
Sure.
Uh,
There is a problem.
right. I wanted to
There is a
also,
problem.
yeah, I also wanted to share this with you because you said so many things that resonate with me. And I wanted to say, leverage your role models, the leaders that you surround yourself with, but you also have to leverage your role as a leader. And Mireille, you brought up a wonderful comment you made, is that just because we're leaders, we're not always right.
Sure.
And this is where the leader can leverage their role by saying, listen, I'm not sure about this, but this is what I think. Okay. This is where they lead by example. And this in and of
Exactly.
itself becomes a teachable and a coachable moment. While they are coaching you, they're also coaching themselves to be a
Themselves,
better
yeah.
leader. And that is the essence of a true leader, when they are really leading by example, and they can be the first to say, you know what, I don't know. I am open. And if I made a mistake, or if I did something that hurt you, I apologize. How can we move forward? And really hear the person that is working with them or for them. And that's powerful. That's really, really powerful, what you have shared. Golden
And
nuggets.
one thing that I wanted I wanted to build on what Hilary said is this vulnerability, as leader, because we always see leaders as strong leaders. They're not allowed to show their emotion. No, you can, as a leader, you can also, show this vulnerability. And because that's part of the job as a leader. You're not perfect. You're not perfection. Sometimes you can be vulnerable and also receptive to the vulnerability of other people. Like you said, be approachable and have some humility sometimes, because it's important. It's important because you're trying to communicate with somebody, and communicating is coming together, and that's an important thing.
Yeah. And that's also a part of being adaptable too, because a lot of times as leaders, we're telling our people that we're leading, well, you can come and talk to me. I have an open door policy. But when they come, oftentimes we don't want to hear them because we think that we're so right,
Exactly.
or we think that we cannot be vulnerable. But
Yeah.
I'm hearing you say it's essential for us to be vulnerable, for us to really be the leader that we are trying to be. And this is, in my opinion, where we lead with love, because we're taking a moment to appreciate who we are as leaders, and to say, I don't know everything, and I'm able to be vulnerable, and I'm going to adapt to this situation where I must be vulnerable, so that the person who I'm supposed to be leading can talk to me. And here's what often happens. When the persons that we are leading come to us and we become adaptable, it allows them to also become the leader, because they can also lead us in such a way where we do become open and vulnerable to what is happening, devoid of shutting them down. And that's what I got from what you and Hillary said. And that, to me, is powerful.
Yeah.
Exactly, because as we know, if you are a leader, you create leaders. You don't want to create followers, and it's exactly because of that.
Yeah.
You lead, yes, but it's a two-way street, and you being adaptable and being coached as well by the people that you lead, so that you create leadership, and you show really the leadership that needed, and not just have followers. You do this, you do that. No, that's not what it's all about.
Yeah.
Woo! Triple
Yeah.
mic
Because
drop. She said she was coming to do it.
yeah.
We're
Also, being a
dropping.
leader, being that
Dropping that
leader,
positive
you never,
energy.
uh-uh, being that leader, you never know what kind of situations are gonna pop up that have to be dealt with.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Whether it's with the employees or it's with projects, missing deadlines, or you just
Yep.
or something comes in and
Yeah.
it's needed, it's due today. You
Yep.
got to drop everything and get everybody on board to get something done. And not always do people want to. Sometimes you have to show them how you're changing, how you can adapt to the
Hmm.
day, adapt to things. And believe me, I went through a lot of that. I was learning as I
Hmm.
was going along, and they were learning as they were jumping in. And thank God they were jumping in with me, making those moves
Hmm.
that had to be made. So yeah, leadership can be tricky. It can be scary.
Hmm.
It can be daunting. But yet, when you put all the pieces together, it's a great, it's a great thing,
Hmm.
because it not only affects you on the job, you take all of those same things into your life. You know,
Hmm.
it leaves outside of the job, and you can apply it anywhere. You know, it makes you a better person, is what I'm trying to say, overall.
No, we lead every day. We lead every day. We lead in our relationships with our partners, with our relationship with our children, at at work, especially us women. We have so many platforms where we need to be leaders, and we lead. Even if we think that we're not leaders, we are in a position of leadership,
Yeah,
and we have to step into this position and be great leaders, because that's what it's all about. You're not going to run away from it. You are into it. So just step into it, and then keep going and become the leader that you're looking for.
yeah,
Yes. Wow.
absolutely. This has been a
That's
great
that's great.
discussion.
That's great stuff. I cannot believe we're almost at the top of the hour. I want to welcome
Yeah,
each and every one
Oh
of you
my
that is,
God.
I know, right? That is chiming into the show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We are just so wonderfully thankful to have our amazing guest, the remarkable show host of the Greatness Engineering Hour. She's a speaker. She's a award-winning speaker. She's won all types of awards that so many. If I named them all, we'd be here till next Christmas. But and that's just the truth. She is just an amazing person, and she's our guest tonight, and your guest tonight, the wonderful Mireille Tulakima, all the way from Australia. She's an energy consultant. She's a woman empowerment advocate. She's an author. She's a talk show host. And what else can I say other than she's a mic dropper? Because y'all, she dropped some mics on the platform. And I want you, please, make sure you connect with her right down below. Make sure you connect with her. And so I want to go ahead and look at our guests, our viewers. Thank you for being here. I know Sean's here from Ohio. Please let us know where you're coming in from. Angela's here from Washington, D.C. She know how to come in the house. Thank you so much. And we have Miss Phyllis coming in from VA. She know how to come in the house. Miss Tina is here. Let us know where you're coming in from, Miss Tina. And we have the remarkable Dorothy Mae Ross coming here all the way from Porch Talk Live worldwide. That's right. Y'all know what it is. And she said, leaders show, not just tell.
Hmm.
And Dorothy says, leaders
Hmm.
watch to see if change is needed and not just allow people to fit in where you no longer belong. That's
oh,
powerful,
that's
Hmm.
good
because
right
how
there.
do you
That's
know
very powerful.
that you don't belong in that job or what have you, if you don't have a leader that's able to decipher that where you're at is not working. Or maybe you're doing an explosive job there, but guess what? Now, instead of being the shift supervisor, I want to make you the leader of everyone for every shift. So the leader really has to be able to pick up on that. Ladies, what do you think about that? And thanks, Miss Dorothy, for saying that.
It's powerful actually, and part of the leadership, and we've talked about it, is to be the coach and the facilitator and the mentor in a way. So as a coach and facilitator and mentor, you should be in a position to advise people on where they, especially in their role, if have a process to make them understand where they are and where they want to be, and match that and make sure that they reach this level, and that's part of the leadership. That's part of the leadership process that you need to put in place, because and that's why you are in a position of leadership, because as a leader you also develop people, and it's part of it.
But you know what just rocked me? You know what just rocked me? Did y'all hear her when she said this? And she didn't say it in these words, but this is what I heard you say. You gotta help them. Get them, you gotta take them to that place. That's what real leaders do. They don't say, I got mine, you get yours. Right? And that's what I'm hearing you say, Made. Don't be the leader that say, I got mine, you get yours. No, say, hey, look, come on. It's like the Staple Singers, I'll take you there. Y'all know that? I'll take you there. Hey, right? But you got to want to follow, and you got to be committed to your commitment and let that leader help take you there. Murray, you know what? I can't drop my mic because it's pretty pricey, but I will drop the mouse too. She coming in, dropping mics, everything. Wow. So thank you, Miss Dorothy. Thank you for that. And of course, Angela said, congratulations on all your accolades. And go to her page because she's phenomenal. So Miss Phyllis said, thank you so much. We need workshops to start grooming young women to be leaders and entrepreneurs. Ha! Okay. You calling us to task. All right. So, anybody want to respond to that?
I agree.
It's an important process, and that's especially if you have and that's what we're doing. We have a platform where we share this experience, we share what works, we share what's the limitation, and we have to share it with the next generation, especially us women of color. We need this knowledge. We need this knowledge, and we need to see role models. So if there's no role models, we have to position ourselves. We have to be visible so that this next generation see that they can do it. It's not not easy, but it's feasible. They can do it with determination, the knowledge, with learning from the mistake that we have made, and so that they can go to into leadership, the leadership that they were born with, and not just quiet it and then follow what people want them to follow. They are born leaders. They have to step into this leadership, and we have to help them. It's our duty.
And so I want to share this with you because this is just one of the things that she's doing with Mr. Anjef and Dr. Shamila. She's holding master classes, how to make your business startup investment ready. So there are master classes that she's already doing. There's things that myself and other folks that are putting together. And I guess we need to look at something we can do to help together hold a conference. And of course, let me take this off because it was on her face. We don't want to have nothing on her face, right? We have the wonderful pleasure with Women Reach Out with God initiative, Rogi. We've been on panels helping young people putting the word out. So for those of you that's asking for us to do this, of course my door is open and we'll look into doing something. Make your suggestions. Tell us what you would like to see us do to make this dream a reality, because Miss Weaver, you are spot on. You are spot on. And there are two of my friends right there that I just showed. They're phenomenal with what they do. They're phenomenal all the way out of India. They're phenomenal. And so just let us know because we're open. And I want to say hi to Karen Shimazu all the way from Hawaii. Great to have you here. And one last comment that we're gonna take, because we don't want to keep Miss Marie too long. She got up at early morning to make sure
It
she was
does. It
here.
doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's just an important conversation, really.
Woo woo! I love it. I love it. And
That's right.
Miss Karen from Hawaii says thanks for your golden nugget. So let's take this next question. Hill, go ahead, please, or comment.
Dorothy Ross says many people leave jobs and careers because they're in group A or group B or group C is where they belong. To
Mm-hmm.
begin, there does not mean uh, there does not mean they stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes we're stuck in group, like she said, stuck in group A and B when we really should have been in group C. And
Right.
sometimes if the leaders on that job are not giving you that promotion or whatever it's going to take to put you in group C,
Right.
you know, a person when they feel stagnant on the job, like they're not growing, they could come to work with their eyes closed and do their job. That can be very boring and it can make you want to not be there
Right. Right.
when they're not recognizing that.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
leaders,
That's
when the
awesome.
leaders are not recognizing that.
Right. And it's a level of discernment as a leader. But here's the thing though that I've recognized many years ago. A lot of times leaders in certain positions that especially that have been grandfathered in, where the people who used to train may have died out, so they may not still be getting that training, or even in this new age of leadership,
Yeah,
they may not have gotten the training to be able to decipher if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, or you might be in the right place at the right time. I'm a DISC assessment certified trainer. And so people like myself, Made, Pastor Hillary, and many of you that's watching, we can look and say, no, you're not in the right place. But sometimes it takes time to know that. So that's another thing. How do you know when you're a leader and you know that you need to learn a little more so you can continue to lead the people, so you yourself as a leader can identify if the person is in the right job set, if the person is in the right organization, because this isn't just about jobs. This is about
right.
organizations that we're a part of. It's about companies that we run or are a part of. It's about families. It's about churches that we're
Yes,
part of. Look,
absolutely.
Deacon, Deacon, you don't need to be on the deacon board no more. You need to be in
Yeah,
the choir. You know?
you know, that's just like they had greeters at a church, you know, they greet you at the greet visitors to come in through the door. And I came through and it looked like there's people, they were um, saying hello, giving hugs to everybody as they came in. When I came through, they were talking to each other. And I saw what they were doing. So I was feeling down that day. And I was kind of looking forward to my hug, you know. And when I
Yes.
came in, it's like they both at the same time turned to each other and started talking. And I kind of slowed down just in case, and I didn't get it. And that kind of stuff can affect a person. You know,
Yeah.
you affect the people that are coming in, and the pastor don't know this is happening. You know,
Right.
so it could be a detriment when people are in the wrong. Maybe they didn't need to be greeters. You know, if you're not going to greet
Exactly.
everybody, or you get somebody that's all grumpy and they don't want to be at the door. They rather be doing something else in the church. You have to recognize those things and make sure people are in the proper place where they can thrive.
Right. And sometimes this is something that Mede, you talked about earlier. We have to reach beyond our comfortable circle. And we talk about this often. We have to go global. It has to be a mindset that it's okay to go outside of your comfort zone, and not just in a global way, but right in your own environment. Because I would imagine, what they would say, the greeters, if we had gone up to them and say, why you didn't give Miss Hillary a hug? And maybe they would say, oh, I didn't see her. Or, oh, but they probably saw you. Oh, we don't know her. We don't know her. We're not sure. And see, that a lot of times makes a difference in how we engage with people. But here's the thing. I didn't know Made 2 years ago, right? Because we've probably been knowing each other for 2 years. I didn't know her, but I saw the value that she was bringing to the world. And I got to tell you, I fell in love with her. She is, just in private conversations and on global stages, she is just the sweetest person you ever want to know. And so I want to take this comment from Orrin Harris. How you doing, my brother Orrin Harris? Great to see you. CEO of Constance, great to see you. He says, leaders do more than just, hold on, I'm going to do one thing because I don't like this on your face. Okay, there we go. Leaders do more than just delegate. They inform, teach, guide, but more importantly, they listen to the needs of the people. Yeah. They see things that others may lack, and true leaders invest with their time, resources, and knowledge to help the other person, in this case, women, better. We all, in a sense, have the ability to lead, but not everyone has the ability to inspire. Ladies, we're in the hot seat. Thank you, Mr. Harris. Woo! And I want to say, because I saw, I would be remiss if I didn't show this. Miss Phyllis had shared this. When you are getting the results you want and need, she said, and she saw that happen before, and it happened to her before where she didn't get the hug or whatever. But when we talk about need, Mr. Harris talked about need. Let's talk about it, ladies. We are in the hot seat. Let's go.
We are in the, it's just beautiful and true, because and that's sometimes the part of leadership that we forget, the inspiring part. You have to inspire as a leader, because that's really the key thing that drives leadership. You have to inspire people, because you know, and it comes down to being a role model yourself, being, showing the example before people can follow you. So the inspiring part is really what's drive people to follow you, to follow what you do, to follow your vision, to help you, and really die for following you, and making sure that your the mission is accomplished. I love it. I really love what Aaron Harris just said. It's about inspiration. If you can't inspire, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, here's something else. Well, Miss Hillary, you want to make a comment to that first? And then we're going to look at something that one of our viewers shared, which is another thing. Y'all putting us in the hot seat tonight. And thank you, Made, for sticking around. And someone said,
it's just so hot,
Yes.
The seat is really hot, so I can't move. We're dropping, and then the viewer are also dropping. So how can you how can you leave?
What? Our viewers,
mics everywhere.
Yes, they are rocking it tonight. I'm telling you. Inspire to aspire. I love it. I love it. So,
Yeah.
Hill, what do you have to
Inspire to
say?
aspire.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you
You
have to
know,
say to what Oren said? And then we're going to jump down to Miss Phyllis. And then we're going to go right to Miss Elting. Uh, I don't know if we're going to wrap up there, y'all. But look, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Because guess what? We've got somebody on the show tonight. They can handle the hot seat. This is, look, hey, Miss Malay, she
oh
can
my
handle it.
God.
All right.
Oh my God.
So what what
This has
what do
been a
you have to
great
say,
discussion.
Pastor Hillary?
It's
Yeah.
burning. It's burning now.
Now it's burning. Oh wow, wow. Well, learning to lead is one thing, and it's so true. Learning and being able to inspire is a whole different thing. Just it's just from my own example, from my own experience. I was learning and I was learning a lot of stuff, but then I saw the need that I had to not only lead the people that was working with me, but I needed to inspire them. There were times when I would say, you know what, today I'm treating everybody for lunch. They never knew when that would come up, you know, but that's something I did because it gave us time to sit together and just talk. We don't have to talk about work, just talk about what, you know, and those kind of things cause us to be closer, cause them to do things and not fight against things that they needed to do or things that I expected them to do, and just finding ways to inspire people. I mean, I had hula hoops in my office. I would come up with these crazy questions and I walk out. Like one time I remember walking out and I said, everybody come here, come here. I said, you all work so hard. You just work so hard. Let's just stop and give the brain a little, exercise or a little freedom here. I said, so have you ever thought about how we breathe in the same air that the caveman breathed? It was like, Miss Hillary, who comes up with questions like this? Just stopping to engage as a team outside of just working so hard. And that's what they did. Even when I would go on vacation, they would tell me when I got back, the other staff thought, did she check in on y'all every day? Or did she give y'all some kind of whip? Y'all just working and she ain't even here. It's like we're doing our job. Because I always ask them, well, only thing I expected of them, do your best. You know when you've done your best. And even when I wasn't there, they were still doing their best. So it takes getting to know those that you're working with. I'm done.
Yeah, and I just
Mic
wanted
drop.
to add something, especially on the investment, investing time. Because sometimes we think that leadership is just sitting down. No, we have to invest time to talk to people that we're leading, understand their need, like it was beautifully stated in this quote, and invest this time to understand what they really need, what they stand for, because it's going to help us to lead them where they need to be. Because and the listening part, sometimes as leader, we don't need to talk. We don't need to be the person talking. Let's listen to what people tell us. Let's listen to what they really need and then act on it. And that's an important thing that is always left out in leadership. The investment, we need to invest time. I still remember when I was working back then in South Africa. I was working for a company in South Africa. There was so much need for people to talk. So as part of not only on my technical job, I had to invest time to sit down with people, to organize things out of the office, to understand, their why, because at some point there was so much tension, especially racial tension. So I had to understand, sit down with each one of them to understand where they stand, what were their roadblock, and try to bring people together. It was a lot of time that I had to invest. So the time invested is important as a leader.
Wow. So we've got another comment. I want to take this comment from Dorothy Mae Ross. First, let's go to Phyllis's comment. Phyllis said, "You lose clients. People are in a position that doesn't fit." Right. So when you have people in a position like you were talking about, don't put the person that should be, on the fry rack up front, because they don't want to talk to people up front if you're in McDonald's, right? Mm-hmm. They want to be on the fries because your fries don't be crispy. And I'm not advocating for McDonald's because I don't even eat there. But this is, I'm just giving just a scenario. If I got a person that loves to make fries and always put the right amount of salt on them fries, it's never too salty, it's never under salty. But then I take that person and I take them off the fries, and we always get people that come back like 50 times for fries, and I put them on the counter, but I don't ask them, do you know how to make change? That's why they have cash registers now that make change. But I don't ask them. Would you like to be up there dealing with 50 million people a day? Guess what? They gonna get pretty salty, and they may quit. And the service that they give across the counter may suffer, and we may lose people from coming in, because you know what they're going to say? Because they can see you. They can see your job. Even though they don't talk to you, they're going to say, "Ralph, aren't you the fry guy? Why are you up there?"
Yeah.
And Ralph is upset because he don't want to be up front. But great leaders, we're going to ask people. So we make sure we put them in the right spot, because we will lose business in our business. I've had it happen to me on companies I work for, even my own company. So I know that is a critical statement that she just made. Ladies, what do y'all have to say about it?
No, it's critical, and sometimes we don't see the result of bad leadership before it comes up in the number, because if you're not satisfied with where you are, your productivity is going to drop. And I don't know how you evaluate that. In some businesses it's easy to identify it, but in some other businesses you will identify it and by the time you realize it, you lose everything. So it's important to have this time to understand where your team, understand your team members and where they fit. They should be. It's really important in business.
Miss Hill, you got anything before we go to, I think, our final comment of the night?
Yes, that's like being in a store and you're at the cash register, and the cash person at the door at the cash register is complaining to you about their job. Yeah. And going on and on and on. And you're a customer. You just want to get in, get out. You want them to say thank you so you can say you're welcome. I don't need to hear all of this stuff, and sometimes, I don't know. That's another situation when people are dissatisfied, whether it's about being on the cash register or whatever happened, between whatever happened on the job, and they take it out on the customer, and the customers don't want to hear it, So it's something when you have to hopefully find out who that person is and talk to them, try to have a conversation with them to clear that matter up.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Y'all, that's good stuff. Oh my gosh. So look, we're going to take a quick break, folks, and we're going to come back, and we're going to take, we first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's chiming in tonight. Y'all making us work hard for the money, honey. Y'all making us work for it. So with that being said, I want to say thank you to Angie. She said, "Burn, baby, burn," because guess what? Yes, she is. She is on fire. And we're going to take this question when we come back from Dorothy Mae Ross. This comment, Dorothy says, leaders become watchers that sees things that others miss. A leader causes changes and create other leaders, and a leader steps in to help the people grow when others walk away.
Yeah.
Walk
Absolutely.
away. That
Absolutely.
is powerful. That is powerful. And here's something else that leaders do. When a leader sees that you have someone that you're leading, or even if it's a client, they'll step in and they'll say, hey, let me tell you what you can do to help lead that person, or to keep that client, or to really give what's needed.
Yeah.
That's some great golden nuggets.
Yeah.
That is some great golden nuggets. So we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. Thank you for watching the show, and be sure to follow us on Instagram. Like and share, and let us know that you care. Also, let us know what other type of shows you'd like us to present just for you. Thank you. Yes, invest that time, baby. Invest that time. So, ladies, what do you have to say about this?
I have a comment to make. Sometimes leadership, working away is actually part of leadership. You don't have to take all the challenge up front. Sometimes the option for you as a leader is to walk away. Even when you lead people, there are people that you can't communicate with, and the only way to make an impact is to walk away. And I think it's not that, and really understand what's best, for the team, and what's best for the mission or the purpose that you're trying to, that you really want to accomplish. And I think walking away is an option in leadership. It's not always the option, but it's an option when you've tried everything, and it's actually a way to make an impact in certain situation, to say, okay, I can walk away. Or even when there's a succession issue, when you realize that you don't have the skills anymore, you can say, okay, I walk away to get somebody take on this task or take on this project, and then I walk away. So that can be a strong leadership point.
That's an excellent, strong leadership point, because here's something I learned, especially when I was in the military. As a leader, we had to know when to get out of someone else's face, because when you're in the military, a lot of times you're up close and personal. But sometimes when you're in that person's proxemics for too long, you can overstay your welcome. And you'll get your booty handed to you. You got to learn when to retreat, right? It's just like Sun Tzu talks about the art of war. We got to know when to retreat. And great leaders, not good leaders, not good leaders, great leaders know when to disengage. And sometimes, here's another caveat, even in business, sometimes you have to step away from persons that you're doing business with if it's not going to be conducive to them or to you, for you to remain.
To you, yeah.
So that's a fantastic point. I appreciate that point that Dorothy made, but yet here you go again. This is why she's the greatness engineer, right? Because this is a part of being a great leader, stepping into your greatness, knowing also when to disengage. And here's the thing. Some of us feel bad because we step away. So let's kick that ball around a few minutes. Hillary, have you ever been in a situation, because you're a leader, you've worked for many, many years in a corporation where you led people. Have you ever had a moment where you just had to say, you know what? Let me step back and let me breathe. Have
Oh,
you ever had to just walk
definitely, because there was a very hard time that the organization was going through financially. And people thought, I don't know, somehow they thought I had all the money in my pockets or something. And so people were being furloughed and different things like that. I understood how difficult it was. I was going through the same thing.
right?
And sometimes I had people to get in my face, and I really don't like that kind of confrontation. I'm not that person. And so I'm going to stay calm. And one of the manager that worked with me, she was the manager of the office. She said, Miss Hillary, I don't see how you do it. She said, I just don't see. She said, it makes me want to get right back in their face and go hollering and carrying on. I said, no, you got to learn. And over time, I saw her develop that being able to stay calm in heated
Yeah.
situations because she was watching me, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've had to walk away.
Mhm.
I've had to uh, slam a few doors in people's faces at times to get a point across, you know, because they think, well, Miss Hillary is so nice. She's so nice, and
Right, right,
so then you think you can just get in my face that way. No, I'm nice, but I'm no punk either,
right.
you
But don't get
know.
it twisted. Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you
Don't get
know,
your
yeah.
feelings hurt.
Come on.
Don't get your feelings hurt.
They forget again, they forget you're
Mhm.
human. You know,
Yeah.
you're human just like they are.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right. Wow,
Mhm.
that's some good,
Mhm.
that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff right there. So look, folks, we are
Mhm.
going to take a quick pause for the calls, a quick pause for the calls, and we'll be right, right. We'll be
I
right
It's
know,
back.
but there's
burning.
so much more.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if we can
Much
take
more.
calls for the pause, or pause, a pause, for the calls.
For
So
the
hold on
cause.
one second. Here we go. Thank you for joining us on News You Can Use. Here's a word from Dr. Lotus Rashay and the remarkable queen of the lymphatic bounce herself, Pastor Hillary Goodman, with News You Can Use right here.
Join us in News You Can Use every Monday and Friday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, where we're introducing health and wellness experts from around the world. I'm your co-host, Hillary Goodman, and our phenomenal host is Dr. Lotus Richey. Experience the best information and live your best life.
Thank you for joining News You Can Use with our remarkable guest, Marae Tulekina. All
All
right,
right,
we
all
are back.
right.
And we are super happy to have each and every one of you here. Thank you so much for joining the show. And I just want to put these things up as we get ready to close the broadcast. Tina Ezel said, yes, you have to know when to draw back and when to get close. God will give wisdom. Woo! Thank you. Thank you for that. Because I think that's the level of discernment, ladies. What do you all think?
Yeah, exactly. God will let you know, the spirit, that unction in you will let you know. Oh, or the
Say
look in,
again.
or the look in their eyes. You say, you know what? I
Yes.
better step back.
Yes. So, and saying what God will give us, I ask each and every one of you, go ahead, be a proud supporter of the show because it gives us the opportunity to bring wonderful guests like this on our show. Mireille Tulakima, she is phenomenal. She's coming here and she has dropped the
Yeah.
mic, several mics. She's dropped,
Multiple. She
she's
still
dropped
got some in
several
her
mics.
bag.
Yeah. So if you would go ahead and support our show, you can connect with us on Cash App, PayPal, Zelle. Connect with us as we continue to bring these phenomenal speakers to the show. So also, for those of you that's just joining us tonight, tonight's topic is global leadership. And I got to tell you, Miss Mireille Tulakema is top notch, top level, a global leader in her own right. She's won a myriad of awards all around the world. And we're humbly honored to have her here tonight on News You Can Use. And so, with that being said, we're going to take a moment to look at one more comment. We want to do that from Miss Phyllis Weaver. She said, "Ladies, this has been a fabulous conversation. I have to go now. Sabbat shalom. Sabbat shalom to you both.
Mhm.
To all the
Thank you for being
Thank you
here.
for being here. Yes.
awesome. Awesome. So at this juncture, we usually do something called words of wisdom as we begin to close the show. So usually Hillary and I, we be like, all right, who gonna do it? All right, you know, oh. So, but tonight, but tonight we gonna leverage our role model that's here tonight, and we're gonna leverage our
Mhm.
role. So, with no further ado, Hillary,
Yeah.
let's go right to Miss Mireille Tulakema. All right, for our final words of wisdom.
Oh,
We voted for Mireille. So Mireille,
this,
would you please?
yeah, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much, Lotus and Hilary. It has been amazing. I don't want even to leave, but we have to
We don't
stop
want you to
dropping
leave.
things. And I like this, I like this setting, and it's amazing. I've been able to a lot of people, and the audience have been really, really, impactful in the conversation, which is fantastic. But what I want to leave the audience with, with related to the global leadership, is whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, you are a global leader. So accept this status and step into your global leadership. So what does it mean? It means that you have to come out. It means that you have to embrace the different roles that we've discussed today, being a coach, being a facilitator, being a networker, being a listener, listening to people around you, your needs, being adaptable, and inspiring, because that's the key thing, inspiring and investing time to be a great leader to anybody around you. It can be for a great leader to your family, a great leader to your team, a great leader to your business partners, a great leader to your spouse. Anything, you are always in a position of leadership, and understand that this leadership is at your doorsteps, and you can't run away from it. And now you are leading, in the world, and the world is listening to you. You have this stage, and it's all global. You can make an impact. So it starts with you understanding that you can make an impact. You can make an impact in your community. You can make an impact globally. And we've been, we've traveled this road, myself, and I know Lotis also travels this road, where we've been uncomfortable to step into this leadership. So we started with baby step, started with being leaders in our community, started with being leaders, and then next leader in our country, and then by the time we realize we are global leaders. So understand that, if you're afraid of taking the big step, you can always take baby step, and it's gonna lead you there. So it's an important thing to know. You are the global leader that you're looking for. So step into this global leadership position and step into your greatness, because that's really what is all about here. You can't shy away from it. That's too late. It's there. Take it, embrace it, and run with it.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. Wow. Again, you can make an impact. You can do anything that you put your mind to do. It's just all about stepping up to the plate and doing it. And so I would like to invite each and every one of you, please go here, go to Amazon, get this awesome book by Mireille Tulakema, and I'm copying this for you now. Get this book, Stepping into Your Greatness. 12 Rules for Building an Outstanding Life. It's very affordable, and that is only one of her books. So connect with her on Facebook and just follow her, because if you follow her, you will continue to be on the road to greatness. And if you look right in your side of the chat, guess what? The link is there for you to go ahead and order her book. Grab her book. You will not be disappointed. And that's
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, I can feel the fire.
so that is just a bit of my words of wisdom, because here's what you said: they can make an impact, and that's unequivocal. So with that being said, we want to have the queen of the lymphatic bounce come on down and make her impact with her words of wisdom. Dr. Hillary Gooden.
Wow. This has been an awesome, powerful, impactful, thought-provoking discussion tonight. And we feel like, wow, we could go on, but we must stop. But you know what? Just like Murray was saying in the beginning, it's already within you. You got the power. You got the power to transform into that leader that God has for you to be, right where you are. You can start right where you are. First of all, by leading yourself, leading yourself into that way that's already made for you. And I would say, seek the Lord. He will help you, and as you go, you grow, but you never stop learning. You never stop learning. There's always more to know, always more to learn. Having a mentor, a coach, someone that can lead you in the way that they came, because you're coming along that same path. Don't be afraid to reach out, but you can make a difference right where you are. You don't have to start tomorrow you can start to now. Make it now. And let's do this, because there's so much that's needed for all of us to do our part in making that global shift, a global impact as leaders. That's it.
Wow. Wait a minute. You just came up in here and you done dropped the mic, and look, this is a new saying that Dr. Hillary just came up with. You can start to now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start to now, because if you start to now, you may change somebody's tomorrow. That's some good juice.
Good right there.
That's good juice. I hope y'all wrote that down. I hope y'all wrote that down. And so my words of wisdom as we head out is follow what they said. If you do a third of what was shared here tonight, it's unequivocal that you are going to be successful. The first thing I said coming on is note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. Then I led by example. Take notes. Replay this. Share this with somebody, right? Replay this. And don't forget, you have to have 360 degrees of networking. Be adaptable. Lead with love. And like Mene said, don't be a static leader, but you got to be vulnerable and know that leaders create leaders. And look, women all over the world, we need you to stand up for every little girl, because women need to be leaders too. And I want to thank you to all of our viewers that have really seeded into us, because see, we're leaders, but we're also learning from you, because you're leaders too. because we've invested time tonight. And that's what great leaders do. Invest time not only in yourself, but also in the mission and in the movement of someone else, because you are a global leader. All you have to do is embrace your role, because you've got the power. You've got the power. But don't wait to start tomorrow. You can start to now. So, with that being said, thank you.
Woo!
I appreciate everything that we have shared tonight. It's just been incredible. It's been phenomenal. And for those of you that's just jumping on, please make sure you come back, you visit us, you stay connected. And we're going to bring Malay Tulakima back to the show. We got to have her back on the show, because the more you know, the more you grow. So, with that being said, until we meet again, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful life, and move into action. Start to now. Thank you, Murray. We appreciate you and sending you love.
Welcome. Fantastic.
All
Bye.
right.
So much.
Thank you. We love you guys and we appreciate you. So have a great day, great night, great life. Take care. Thank you to our remarkable guest, the phenomenal Mere Tulakima, all the way from Perth, Australia. Thank you to our amazing guests. We appreciate you. Thank you for your wonderful words of wisdom from all around the world.
Join us for news you can use every Monday and Friday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, where we're introducing health and wellness experts from around the world. I'm your co-host, Hillary Goodman, and our phenomenal host is Dr. Lotus Richey. Experience the best information and live your best life.
Thank you again, and we'll see you Monday for more news you can